The Vancouver Canucks just wrapped up their Florida back-to-back, and I've got a lot to say. Late Saturday afternoon, we found out that the Canucks finally resolved their issues at center ice. They finally found their 2C, David Kampf. Nah, but he's another solid depth pickup. Not a 2C or anything special, but he's like another Teddy Bluger type who can help on face-offs and helps the PK, or should help the PK. Also, it could give PD more ozone starts, which is a win in my book. Also, Quinn Hughes was back in this game, and so was Hronek. It's good to see Hronek back after that elbow from Svechnikov. Early on in this one, Garland set the tone getting into it with Darren Radish. Dude literally looks like adult Caillou. Crazy flow. But this first period was brutal. Tampa dominated for most of it. Canucks only had one shot on goal this period, and with 30 seconds left, Kucherov made it 1-0. In my opinion, we were lucky to get out of that period just down by one. But I had this weird gut feeling early in the game that somehow we'd pull out a win. Tampa made it 2-0, and I was kind of starting to second guess that. I don't know, just a weird gut feeling I had. You know, Canucks did get a power play, and that's actually been a bright spot for them the last few games. PD and DeBrusk have both looked great on the power play. Speaking of PD, he made a nice move at the blue line, getting the puck to the net for DeBrusk, who got the rebound. Bang! All of a sudden, the Canucks are in this game. Jake DeBrusk is turning into Shaq Hyman out there, just living in the crease on the PP. Love it. Lankinen followed that up with a massive save on Jake Gensel, and the Canucks somehow killed off 2 penalties. Kind of felt like the momentum was shifting a little bit. Then in the third period, just chaos, but good chaos. Beginning of the third period, Besser tossed one towards the net, and it ended up going off of Kiefer Sherwood. Bang! Tie game. And shortly after, the birthday boy Linus Karlsson scored. My initial thought was, what's going on? The Canucks have this habit of just doing nothing in the early parts of the game, but make up for it in the first half of the third period by going absolute balls to the wall. Canucks were up 4-3 until Adam Foote pulled off the most goated coaches challenge ever. I swear the Canucks never win or won any of these before. Huge dub. Momentum boost, no doubt. Canucks ended up winning this game 6-2 after a horrendous first period. They ended up scoring 6 unanswered to secure 2 points in Tampa. So then on the back-to-back, we go into Florida with David Kampf making his Canucks debut and Yuri Patera getting his first NHL start as a Canuck. Lank gets the night off. Well deserved. And like usual, this was another slow start for the Canucks, not generating a lot of offense or shots. Drew O'Connor did get the first goal of the game and got the Canucks on the board. I love that all of Drew O'Connor's goals are because he just camps out in the crease and just gets every single rebound. You love to see it. I was a bit surprised that Myers drew a penalty shortly after O'Connor's goal and gave the Canucks the chance to go up by 2. And lo and behold, bang, Jake DeBrusk. Dude is a power play merchant. When he's on, he's on. The tough part about this is that Florida ended up tying the game up 2-2 with just 7 seconds left in the period. And what made it even worse is that the Canucks started the next period shorthanded and Florida scored again. I don't know. Patera had his moments in this game. He made a few nice saves, but some of these goals shouldn't have been goals in my opinion. You can blame the defense, you can blame the goaltending, you can blame the lack of offense and shots in this game. It all plays a factor into the result. It's tough. It quickly went from a 3-2 game to a 5-2 game, and like I mentioned, Patera looked like a fish out of water on some of these goals. He is a crazy man in the crease. This game was just full of highs and lows. The highest of highs being that Elias Pettersson scored 2 beauty goals, one off of a feed from Evander Kane, the other an absolute filthy backhand, vintage EP40. You love to see it. Even when we lose, we're winning. Filip Hronek did score the tying goal to make it 5-5 early in the third period. It kind of felt like the Canucks had a bit of life and a bit of juice left in this game, but they did end up losing 8-5, ruining the potential 6-7 score. Yeah. Panthers did score a touchdown on the Canucks and the 2-point conversion. Brutal. You know, like I said, you can blame it all on the goalie. There's definitely a few you'd like to have back, but the defense wasn't great either. The PK still stinks, and another slow start in this game. You know, we we need more shots on net. Tough loss, especially after tying it up in the third. It kind of felt like there was a bit of momentum there. Can't really complain about going 1-1-1 on this 3-game road trip. The positive in all of this, Quinn Hughes had 7 assists in 2 games. EP40's heating up. He had 6 points in 3 games. But anyways, what did you think of the Canucks' performance to these last 2 games? Let me know in the comments. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more Canucks content. But until next time, peace out.